Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of SeattleWALA. Today we're going to be meeting another gem of Seattle. She is none other than Miss Teen India USA 2020, and it makes me very happy to welcome Sidhya Ganesh to our show. Hi Sidhya, how are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm good.
Awesome, thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for having me here.
So congratulations on winning the title.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to ask you a bit more about the pageant and your experience that you had there.
Yeah, so it was definitely an incredible experience. And for me, just winning this title of Miss Teen India USA, it's given me such a humongous platform. And so many doors have opened up for me in different fields, which I'd never imagined before. And I think the biggest thing for me was that I met so many new people. I've met women from all walks of life, people who work in correctional services, people designing spacecraft. It's just been an amazing experience, and I'm so thankful to have won this crown.
Sounds like a lot of fun. So tell me, why a pageant? I mean, this is not usual for someone coming from a South Asian background to be thinking about pageant. Yeah. So what made you go into that space?
Yeah, so I've always been on stage. Ever since I was a little girl, I've been dancing. And as a performing artist, the feeling of having the spotlight turn on your face, it's just unparalleled for me. So I initially signed up for the pageant when I turned 13, and I wanted to just be up there in front of people and get a chance to share what I feel, whether it may be through dance or through speech and the different aspects of pageantry. So I truly feel that ever since I won the pageant, I realized that even more aspects of my personality can be discovered through this platform. It's not just a fact of being on stage, it's a fact of using that microphone and the power you receive. And one of the things which I've discovered is community service, and that has really become something very close to my heart, and pageantry has kickstarted my journey.
That's great to hear, and you sound so passionate about this. And one of the things that stood out to me was that you mentioned about this power of change. And you've also participated in a TED Talk where you've delivered a lot of these details about community programs. So why don't you tell our viewers a little bit more about that?
Sure, yeah. So for community service, I just believe that it's really important that we're trying to make as much change as we can, because there's a lot of people who are lacking basic needs. And as humans, we tend to think about ourselves many times and we take things we have for granted. But one of the community service initiatives I kickstarted is called Leaders Behind Screens. And I did this as a venture with some of my friends who are also from pageantry. And we basically made this educational initiative during the summer of 2020 and 21, because those were the times when kids were really feeling trapped inside their homes while the pandemic was raging. So what we did is that we provided them with daily free classes virtually. We taught them really a different variety of all the STEM subjects. So we taught them about forensic science. We taught them about art, because that's also a really important part of your personality. And we also taught them block coding. We just wanted to keep them entertained and occupied while also being productive and learning something new. So I feel like this had a huge impact. We got over 500 signups, and we were able to reach a lot of kids through this. And I just find that extremely gratifying, and I'm glad we were able to make whatever impact we could during that tough time.
That sounds very good, because your COVID sounds way more busier than mine. So that being said, why is community service so important to you? How have you, benefited from this? I know a lot of other people have, but what are your thoughts?
So, coming back to the same leaders behind screens, every day I had something to look forward to. Those young kids would come, they would turn on their cameras and be like, Sidhya, what are we going to learn today? So I feel like that excitement, it's very contagious. And it's hard after a point to understand that giving to someone is actually giving you a lot of happiness too. And I feel like when someone really reaches that realization, it really pushes them to care for the community and do more for the people around them. So yeah, I definitely think that when you give something to someone or where you're trying to make an impact, it really makes you feel much more positive and just a happier person in general.
It's very nice to hear about all the initiatives that you're involved in, and you have spearheaded so many different organizations as well, and such an impact that you're making in the community. Now, I'm sure there are going to be people who supported you and were the backbone of what you were doing, right? So do you want to thank anyone through our program today?
Yeah, there are so many people who have been such an integral part of my entire pageant journey. And I don't know where to start, but I would like to definitely take a few names, starting with Menka Auntie. Menka Soni is the CEO and founder of the Empowering organization, and she's the state director for the Miss Teen India Washington pageant. And she's just been so encouraging, so loving, and so caring for me throughout this entire journey. Additionally, I would like to thank Dharmatma Saran and Neelam Saran for being the founders of the IFC and Worldwide Pageants organization. So they basically direct the entire Miss Teen India USA and Worldwide pageants, and they have just created this incredible platform for young girls like me to explore our interests and develop new skills. So I would like to thank everyone who has been a part of this journey, my parents, and everyone who has supported me.
They're going to be very happy hearing this. Let's switch back to the pageant itself, specifically the talent round. Now, you specifically did something which was a mix of Bharatanatyam and Bollywood.
Yeah.
So why don't you share a bit more details to our viewers about your dancing journey?
Yeah, so I started dancing when I was 3 or 4 years old, and my mom is a very good Bollywood dancer. So when she was in India, she's won so many different dance competitions, reality TV shows. So dancing was just a part of my life ever since the start. And as the years progressed, I just grew more and more close to this art form. And it's just been an incredible experience having something so close to my heart that I can kind of run to for refuge in any tough times. So yeah, dance is truly one of my biggest passions, and I really use it to express myself.
Speaking of dance, I have to also talk about this other event that you participated in, which was Arangetram. Now, for our viewers, Arangetram is a coming-of-age ceremony for a lot of Indian dance forms, and they're called in different names, but it basically means you're ready for the stage. So, that being said, how did you actually prepare for your Arangetram? Because, you know, it involves a lot of physicality, a lot of training. So, how did you do that?
Yeah, so I completed my Bharatanatyam Arangetram on September 10th, 2021, and that's definitely one of the most special days of my life. So it took me almost 1.5 years of training. It's an extremely grueling task to get ready for an event like this because you're going to be performing. It's a solo performance for 2.5 hours in length. So you really need to know your repertoire, and you need to give your body that strength and patience for it to increase its endurance, its stamina, for you to be able to dance that much. So it was a very interesting journey. There were ups and downs, but I gained a lot of inner strength, mental strength to push myself. And also it was just this immense celebration of dance. And for a passionate dancer like me, that's what made it the special day it was.
Arangetram was a very grueling experience for you, even though you learned so many different skills and you came out better and stronger, right? So how are you using some of those skills and learnings towards, you know, informing other people, and how is that coming through? Because I heard that you have something related to dance as well, where you started off a new initiative. So do you want to tell our viewers about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been above a year since I started my own dance company, Sidhya Shakti Performing Arts. And it's just been an incredible experience being on the other side, you know, getting to teach people how to dance. And I feel like the stage has just been the place where I've grown up with dancing, singing, and now my new pursuit, pageantry. So helping those little kids, holding their hands and getting them onto their first stage performance, it's just this journey which I feel like it's really helping me a lot as a person. I'm learning how to teach, and the Sidhya Shakti family has just grown, and we have such a sense of warmth and love amongst us. And
so I know that you sing, and you sing really well. So can you tell us a bit more about your singing interest and how you developed that?
Yeah, sure. So I've been singing for the past 8 years, and I'm professionally trained in Carnatic music. However, I also love singing Bollywood songs whenever I can. And yes, I think singing is definitely one of my biggest passions.
Can you sing something for us today?
నిన్ను చూస్తుంటే కన్నులు రెండు తిప్పేస్తావే, నీ చూపులపైన రెప్పలు వేసి కప్పేస్తావే, కనిపించని దేవుడని కన్నార్పకి చూస్తావే, కన్నెల ఎదుటే నేనుంటే కాదంటున్నావే, చూపే బంగారమాయనే శ్రీవల్లి మాకే మాణిక్యమాయనే, చూపే బంగారమాయనే శ్రీవల్లి నవ్వే నవరత్నమాయనే.
So I think you gathered a bit of fans there with your singing and your dancing. And obviously you have a lot of different pursuits, right? And I know that in a South Asian household, it's going to be impossible with keeping your grades up as well on the side, else you wouldn't be allowed to do this. So with so many things at hand, how do you manage your time? What do you do when you want to relax?
Yeah, no, I think balancing your time is really key when it comes to having your passions as your pursuits and also focusing on academics at the same time. For me, the way I kind of balance my time is that in any given situation, my first priority is always school. And once I'm done with my homework or studying for tests, then I have some balanced time. And in that time, I try to channel it towards whatever artistic interests I have, maybe dance, singing, pageantry. This just helps me use my free time in a more productive manner. However, there are some days when I just want to kick back, relax, and watch a Bollywood movie. So I'm definitely addicted to Bollywood movies. So, that's just a good break for me. And I think that it's really important to also give yourself some time, maybe waste some time, because it pushes you to get back to what you need to do.
Awesome. So that gets to our next part really nicely. You talked about Bollywood movies, but I also have some fun stuff for our viewers here, and hopefully it's fun for you. We'll do a quick rapid round, and I'll ask you a bunch of questions. And you tell me what comes first to your mind, and we'll go from there. So here goes. Who's your favorite movie star?
Vicky Kaushal.
Okay. Favorite quote for life?
You're never too young to make a difference, and that's my own quote.
Okay. Favorite subject at school?
Business management.
Movie song that's stuck in your head right now?
I would say the one I just sung, Shrivali from Pushpa.
Okay. Favorite snack?
Favorite snack, fruits, and then also chocolate.
One place you want to visit in your life?
Maldives and Cambodia.
Okay. Favorite ragam in Carnatic music?
Mohanam.
Okay. An adventure sport you want to try?
White river rafting.
Okay. Favorite spot to visit in Seattle?
I would say the whole place is so beautiful, but the Space Needle has its own charm, so yes.
Very nice. Thank you for participating in that very fun activity. Yes. But now that we're coming to a close of our conversation, I wanted to know, what is next for Sidhya?
Yeah, so ever since I won the title of Miss Teen India USA, I've been waiting for the next step, and that is participating in the Miss Teen India Worldwide pageant, and that's going to be taking place later this year in New Jersey. And I'm so thrilled to be representing the country of America. And this is truly such a huge opportunity for me, and I've been waiting so long for this day. So I hope I'm able to make my country proud, both my countries, India and USA, and win the title of Miss Teen India Worldwide.
That sounds like a great goal to have. And I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of SeattleWALA as well for giving us your precious time. And I wish you to move to greater heights. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of SeattleWALA. We will be back soon with another gem from Seattle.